Alright, hello, my name is Caleb here at Castle Comics and Cards. I am playing a deck called S.A.D. That's an acronym for Synchro Adventure d.p.e. It just usually ends on Fleur or Shooting Riser. We'll get into it as we go through. So, starting with the main deck, hand traps. We have 3 effect Veiler. Just a pretty generic hand trap. Can stop. Vert is pretty big, especially in the meta right now. Scythe blocks, stuff like that. Effect Veiler is pretty good for that. It's also a spellcaster for Hulk to target and Celine to special out. Then we have 3 Ash Blossom. Not only is it a hand trap in this deck, it's also a level 3 tuner, so it helps with a lot. Same with Ghost Spell. It's just Ash's main deck. Ghost Spell is extra. Well, not extra deck. I'm stumbling. It's graveyard. So,
it's a field spell,
and it's also a level 3 tuner. Also just helps with this deck in general. Then you have 3 infinite impermanence. I just put this as a hand trap because you can just do it from your hand going second. Even going first, you could do it.
You want to profile
going
heroes
first,
next weekend?
English. Stumbling. Yep, cool. Fair enough. Just a nice going second card. I don't know why I say going first. You can set it and then do a call on it that way. So. Yeah, you know, I understand that. I'm just stumbling over my words. It's okay. 2 Vishuda because you can just special him and he's a 7. And like I was saying, level 3 tuners are pretty nice in this deck. That's why the hand traps are nice. So 2 Vishuda, he's 7, and if you need to, you can link him off and use his pop effect in grave. Well, his send back infinite effect in grave. And then we have 1 Rocks Rose Dragon and 3 Red Rose Dragon. You always want to see this one in hand. You never want to see this. This just you synchro using this in one of your 7s, and then you can get Rocks Rose. Rocks Rose can then get you the b.a.s.e.d Rose shoot whenever it's specialed off this effect. And they're just level 3 tuners, they both are, so it extends for Hulk combo and regular synchro combos. We played 2 Wandering Griffin, not only for its special summon effect, if you see it in your hand, so it's not really a brick anymore, but you just have to see it in one of your level 3 tuners. It's also good for its normal thing to special while the token's out and get the Omni Negate. So that's why I play 2. It's just a level 7, and you can get into Baron with the level 3. 3 Water Enchantress to get the token to either set up the board of the token and the Griffin and the Negate, or just getting the token and the Griffin to make Vert. Like, you can do a lot with just this. Then you have the 1 D.D. Crow. I just felt like 1 was decent. Also,
9
English. So just D.D. Crow, pretty decent card. It's just a 1 of. It wasn't too impactful. I just felt like it was decent to have at all times. If like I drew into it, it was always good. There wasn't a time that it wasn't. I'm thinking about bumping this up to 2. Right now I don't really know what I will cut. I want to fix this list a little bit, so the 1 D.D. Crow just for the kind of like a called by thing where I can just banish a card, target, banish it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why that wasn't in the hand trap. Same with this card. Token Collector. It's just really good against the token matchups, like Sword Soul matchups. It's phenomenal. Cyber's Eldritch is like it just dies to this pretty much, unless like they opened all Eldritch hands, which does happen. But yeah, so this is really good, and you can send this off of Shooting Riser to special it out of the grave. So there's that. One Fairy Tale Snow, same with that. You can send it off of Shooting Riser to special it. It's also just good because it's a Book of Moon. Just a pretty decent card in general. Then we have the infamous Bricks, the Destiny Hero Celestial and Destiny Hero Dasher with the 2 Fusion Destiny. If you open this, it's not bad. It just basically saves you a step from needing to go into Vert. And if you open these, you probably hate your life at that point. Not really, actually, because it doesn't stop you from playing as long as you open other cards. But yeah, no, drawing this is not bad whatsoever. The one Bizzle Road Shoot to special summon from your hand or the grave one of your Red Rose dragons, or your Rose dragons. We play 2 Fateful. This is just, sometimes you need to banish, like you're in a pickle where you need to banish one more for snow, or you need to banish or you just need to get rid of things, or it gets destroyed. Anything like that. The second one's always nice to have for follow-up. It definitely helps more in the grind game if you just need to start just poking out damage with the token and your opponent keeps on going through it, but they're not really putting up big boards. It definitely helps. So we play 2 of those. 3 right. Obvious reasons, 3 right is just the thing that gets you the token, like one of the best, definitely one of the better cards in the deck, because it just gives you the token. Fateful, and then Fateful can get you the yeah,
I don't think I got one. Yeah, I have
the Phoenix.
There is another binder.
Yeah, certainly.
Not everything's for free, but if I can help.
Then we have the 1 Draco back. Running more of this is just, it doesn't really like come up. I don't really like, I like the 1 of just because it outscores 1 of. Okay. Just because it's a nice little 1 of to have, just bounce 1 back to your hand. And if you have the token and then you have this, you bounce it. If the shooters, then you get another bounce. So there's 2 bounces. That's it for the adventure spells. Then we just run 3 Pot of Prosperity. I'm using this deck, using this card quite a bit. It's decent. I almost got cucked by by having the attack. I kept on getting this in Extravagance mixed up. Yeah. Because I'm used to Extravagance in a lot of decks.
Oh, sorry.
So,
here you go.
3 Prost, it's just a free add 1 pretty much. Banish 6 or 3, it doesn't really matter. Just depends on how much you have to dig for and if you know what you need to dig for. 1 Foolish can enable Water Enchantress stuff. And then, same with if you need Snow in the grave, then that's pretty good. And then 1 Called By just to negate graveyard stuff, or even like monsters on field. If they have it in the graveyard, you can do this and negate the card on the field and the one in the graveyard because you banished it.
You can look through your stuff to see if there's anything.
So then, extra deck stuff.
I don't know
we're going to start with the Synchros. We play 1 Baron. Just a really good card. Pops 1 on field while it's on field, and then can negate once while it's on field. But then if you shuffle it back in and you can go into it again, then you can do the negate again. We have 1 Shooting Riser. 1 Shooting Riser will help you get into both your Black Rose Dragon and your Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. By doing it 4, like the Token Collector or the Fairy Tale Snow. Because like Snow, they both can be special back out. Then you can use him to get into both these on your opponent's turn. So that's pretty much like self-explanatory. This just blows up the whole field. And then this is just like return things to hand. So that's all for the synchros. And then we play 2 vert and then 1 d.p.e. The 2 vert does come up sometimes. If your opponent negates one and you have enough to get into the other one, then you just get into the other one. Like next turn, usually. And then you just do it all over again. So if they Veiler, next turn you probably usually use the same thing and then get into it again. And then usually they don't have the same thing, but sometimes they do. And then you're just not getting d.p.e unless you hard draw. No, you're not doing it because there's some go for your copies. So sad. Then 1 access code talker, 1 Celine, 1 Hulk. This is just for climbing into access code. So the Hulk isn't just for this. You can also get like a Rose Dragon or something like that with this. But then you do this, get into Celine revives a effect veiler. And then access code talker, just using the effect veiler and this to get an access code. It's a 53 at that point. And then you have 2 pops for sure. And you could have 3 if you have like a vert and grave. And then we play 1 Lina, 1 Dark. These 2 can definitely be like big flex spots if you don't want to run this, but this is mainly for like the Eldritch slot matchup. You can just steal their golden boys. And then the Dark is for like d.p.e or Dragoon, just steal it out of the graveyard. Both very powerful. Just if you do Dragoon d.p.e, don't use his effect when you special him to destroy himself. That's just really bad, because then your opponent will still get the effect off. 1 Link Spider. This is just to get out of your token if you need to use Griffin and Griffin in the token. Token goes into this Griffin token. Griffin Link Spider makes vert, so there's just a free vert if you need to. 1 Striker Dragon. This is if you draw the Rocks Rose. You just go into this, get it engraved. Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking about something. My bad. And then 1 Monk of the Teaming. This is just for your Vishuda stuff. If you need the engrave effect and you don't have the token, you use Monk. Side deck is definitely not what I'd want it to be. Some of it is, some of it isn't. So we start out with the Necroworld Banshee and the Zombie World. You send Necroworld by like shooting Ryza to send it, banish to get the Zombie World. That's pretty self-explanatory. It helps against like flu or anything that's very type dependent. 3 talents, mainly just if like your opponent tries to interact with you, you have this, they activate like an Ash or something, do this, draw 2 cards. You can also steal if your opponent really has it, or even look at their hand, and then shuffle 1 back into the deck. So if you know that they like did something and they added something that was important for that turn, then you just do it, look at their hand, send it back. So the search really meant nothing. Just depending on what the rest of the hand looks like. 3 Cosmics, obviously just for back row removal, just a pretty good card in general. 1 Nib, and that's for the crossouts. That's also kind of what the DD Crow is for. Crossouts is just a really good card. Traditionally, if you're not really like maining cards, maining certain cards, you can just cross out and then like you can try to end those cards that you weren't maining. Like nib, we're not maining nib, so we side nib and cross out something in this case to, because a lot of people are going to side nib in for you if you play this. So 3 cross out, 1 nib, cross out, just call nib. They cannot activate it for the rest of the turn. And just 3 droplets, just to out Dragoon and get through certain boards that maybe if you didn't have this card you really wouldn't be able to get through. And also it gives you like breaks out of your hand like snow and stuff like that. Droplet can send snow from your hand. So, yep. That is it for my S.A.D deck profile. Hope it helped.